Dan Wootton took a swipe at his former colleague Mark Dolan after his brutal axe from GB News 1 week before Christmas. Dan Wootton has broken his silence on Mark Dolan's shock sacking from GB News. The journalist, who himself was axed from the channel in 2023, said it was a horrible thing to do before Christmas, but couldn't help but take a swipe at his former colleague. Appearing on his outspoken YouTube series on Thursday, December 19, Dan said, "What is this about? Is it to save money? Is it to get rid of presenters who challenge the narrative? Or is there something else afoot? I'm not someone that likes to dance on someone else's grave, but it's only fair of me to present both sides of the picture, and people are saying that this is what happens when you give in to management and you become their B***H and you are prepared to throw your colleagues under the bus." There has seemingly been bad blood between the pair since Mark replaced Dan on his show in 2023. The broadcaster was sacked for failing to oppose actor Lawrence Fox's comments about female political journalist Ava Evans. Dan continued, "One of the things people have raised of being problematic about Mark Dolan is whether he actually believed or was passionate about the things he was talking about on GB News. Some have suggested that maybe Mark was putting on what he thought he had to say to be on GB News. It is a horrible thing to happen to someone a week before Christmas, and as I say, this is someone who had been a B***H for the channel and done anything he was told to do, even if it was throwing his colleagues under the bus." Mark announced on Wednesday night that he had been relieved of his duties at GB News after joining the channel shortly after its launch in 2021. He wrote on Twitter, "Statement: GB News have made the decision to permanently relieve me of my duties at the channel. I will speak publicly about this in due course." Isabel Webster, breakfast presenter and longtime co-host of Eamon Holmes, has also been sacked, and Jacob Rees-Mogg has had his hours cut. The former Tory business secretary had presented State of the Nation 4 days a week but will now only host on Mondays and Tuesdays. Following Isabel's departure, Eamon will co-host The Breakfast Show with Ellie Costello, and Ben Leo will fill Mark Dolan's Saturday and Sunday evening slots. In a statement, GB News said changes to the presenting lineup were part of initiatives to build on success with a renewed focus and ambition. Ben Briscoe, head of programming and talent, said, "2024 has been a truly fantastic year for us. Not only are we regularly beating the other established news channels, but we are also making inroads against the big public service broadcaster terrestrial channels. Our initiatives will allow us to build on this success with a renewed focus and ambition."